Where's the dog? I was told there would be a dog.
So, yes, she has not went poop today. So.
Is it a new dog?
Oh, no, but so, for example, we were in the hotel room for 13 seconds, did a loop, pooped right there.
Do you have a wee-wee pad? Oh, there she is.
Yeah, there's the fluff.
Does she calm you down?
Yeah, she helps, like, everything.
Really?
Do you want to sit right there, fluff?
Is she legitimately emotional support?
Yeah. Not service, but 100% a support dog. I feel like Shih Tzus really do bring the most comfort because they're so lazy.
They're cats. We call Leo a cat. Yeah.
Colin asked me, he's like, how is this dog real? Like, all she does is sleep.
You have an Aura ring?
Yes, I love it.
Stop. Okay, let's go so we don't miss any important stuff like her Aura ring. You know?
Suck a dick, bitch.
So.
Hello.
You look pretty. You can see yourself there.
Thanks. You look pretty.
Thank you, my love. Well, thank you for coming, Baylen. I'm so happy to have you today.
Thank you for having me.
You're a fucking star on TikTok. 10 million followers almost.
Yes, almost.
It's a lot.
Yes.
When did you start on TikTok?
I would say 2022, end of 2021.
Really?
I think.
What made you say, I'm going to go on TikTok, I'm going to share this personal thing and everything?
I suck dick for a living. It initially kind of stemmed from me being like hidden and like I was just bullied. There was a video where I was being recorded and it was sent around, and I just kind of didn't really want my story to be told from someone else's mouth or someone else's perspective, especially since during that time I kind of like left all my friends, like left who like everything in my life, and I kind of had to like start over because I was so ashamed of like who I was and everything, and I didn't really want to be that person anymore, and I just wanted to be open and honest with myself and just kind of say it out loud, like I have Tourette syndrome, like, and just take my power back.
This was when you're now 22. And 18 was when you were officially diagnosed.
Yes.
So what happened until you were 18? Was it not as severe, or did it just not have like the name?
On it up. So I started having tics around like the younger ages, like 6 or 7, and then they stopped and they came back when I was like 15, 16. And I would say they came back right before COVID. And by right before, I mean maybe 4 months before. And they were noticeable, but they were very mild. Like I only had like a throat clearing tic, and I had a couple like neck twitches, but it got to the point where people were pointing it out, and then it was like, okay, why do I have to clear my throat 900 times a day? Like, and the only thing I could tell people is I can't control it. Like I just have to do it. And they didn't know what I was talking about. So tics definitely started when I was younger, and they kind of went away. And
when you were 5 or 6, sorry to cut you off, 5 or 6, how did they present then? Do you know? Do you remember? Does your family tell you?
I just kind of remember just thinking that everyone else did the same things. Like I had like a lot of like motor tics more than vocal. So like you have to have both motor and vocal tics for over a year to be diagnosed with Tourette.
Okay.
And I only had motor tics when I was younger.
What does that mean?
A motor tic is kind of like any type of like movement. So there's like mild motor tics, which is like basically like what I'm doing right now, which is like neck movements, things like that. And then there can be complex ones where it's like multiple muscle groups. So like, for example, my wind it up, which sets my tics off, but it's using multiple muscle groups. So it's a complex motor tic.
When you talk about it, does it bring it on more?
Yeah, it's like a trigger resetting off.
I get it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you know?
Hello.
Like when I can understand it from a perspective of like if I talk about having anxiety, like I'll just talk about anxiety. Like I'll like kind of feel it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So is that what it's like? Like, you'll talk about it and you just start kind of feeling it?
Well, since, like, the tick already, like, is a tick, like, re-saying it is just kind of, like, resetting the tick off that I've already, like, said. So,
Mhm.
like, when people approach me and, like, they call me by my ticks instead of, like, by my name, it, like, sets all my ticks off, and I'm
Mm.
like, "That's a horrible way to approach me because it's making my condition worse," and a lot of people don't know that.
So you're saying it now, which is important that you're saying it, which is
Approach me
don't
by my ticks.
but I also, understood that you are okay with people laughing with you or did I get that wrong? Or
No.
smiling if you do it, like, that doesn't offend you.
No, it's just kind of like reading, like, my expression and my emotions, like, and then after I react, you can react.
Yeah.
Like, there's multiple times where, like, my day is destroyed and devastating and it's shattered, and that's kind of like, as a normal person, you'd be able to tell, like, that's probably not something to be laughed at or
Right.
things like that, but, like, if I were to say something that's funny, like, I agree if it's funny, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of, like, telling and kind of going through the process, like, my parents had to learn, like, where is it okay to laugh? Is it not okay? Like, what's like, how do we, like, read the room type of thing?
Yeah.
How to know, like, when the right moment is kind of just goes based off of, like, how I react to it.
Yeah. So
Which
you're
oh,
saying
no, my flabber's been gassed. Mm.
so you're saying when you started posting on TikTok, it's because somebody else posted something, it was circulating and you wanted to take your power back. Who's this somebody? Do you know who it is? Is it a stranger? Like,
It
where
was
did they
it
catch you?
it was someone from my school and someone that, like, basically, you know the feeling you know when, like, you're being watched or, like, followed or, like, you have, like, that feeling? Yeah, I don't really know if the video surfaced or went to other people, but I know that I was being recorded.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's what I don't r that's, like, the unknown is, like, kind of, like, what the video and where the video went,
Uh-huh.
and that day I went home and I was like, "I don't know where this video's going, but I don't want her making fun of me or saying anything about the video because she doesn't know what I have." Because I didn't openly express it with the people I went to school with because I chose to hide. And I chose, like, to not admit, like, I have Tourette syndrome, like, this is who I am because I was embarrassed of who I was. I had no confidence in myself. I was in therapy multiple times a week, like, just to, like, be able to be like, I can look at myself in the mirror and tick and still think that I'm not an ugly person.
Yeah. How did you control it at school, or did you not? Like, you weren't saying I have Tourette syndrome, but obviously were tics happening at school?
So my tics came back when I was like around like end of sophomore, beginning of junior year. And that's right before COVID happened. So about 4 months in, I would like make noise when we'd be watching a TED talk. Or like my friend, I would go back and I'd let my friends know, like, okay, like I'm trying to figure out like why I'm doing this throat clearing thing. My cardiologist thought it was like something with my vocal cords. Like it was just kind of like figuring it all out. And like those things were ticks, but I just didn't know they were ticks. So what was the question?
That how? Because you said you didn't share with your friends at school,
Yeah, because
but
I didn't know.
you didn't know. But so you were able to go through a full day at school and not have a tick in front of them, or how was that?
So my tics at the time were like extremely mild. Like it
Ah,
was so mild to the point that like these things that people were saying, like, stop making that noise, like do this, like Baylen, you've like I was going on a lot of different medications. My friends would be like, Baylen, you're really manic today. Like you're
yeah.
really manic. So like they didn't know the same way that I didn't because doctors were telling me it's my vocal cords, like it's this, it's that. We don't know. Like go see this doctor. So it's just kind of like I was figuring out the same thing in the same way that they were, but I
So
never told them.
why did it get worse during COVID or after COVID? During COVID.
Yeah, like right before COVID, we tried getting like back in and my mom was like calling the doctor and she was like it's gotten so bad, like it's gotten really bad, like we need to get in. And they couldn't see us. Um but I think it got bad because I chose to isolate myself and having like I'm sure during COVID, like for some people it was either good, It was either bad
Ah,
experience. Like, I chose to go completely virtual, so I learned that, like, my tics didn't like my computer, and I broke my brother's computer, like, smashing it with my fist, like, bending it backwards, like, just things that, like, kinda made it hard to, like, be so isolated, then also have, like, this condition. My parents started noticing it more because now I'm at home more.
yeah,
Now they can see me more. I'm not in school for 7 hours out of the day. I'm at home trying to learn 7 hours out of the day,
yeah.
and I can barely get myself dressed in the morning. Like, it went from, like a 2 to, like, a 12. Like, I was getting fed by my parents, like, I couldn't, like, stand up, I was throwing myself on the floor.
Wow,
Like, just, like, a lot of things happened during COVID that I think set it off, like, just being at home, like,
wow.
not
Like, you
socializing.
had it, and then COVID was, like, the culprit to really, like
Turn that baby on, yeah.
yeah. So what kinda doctor diagnoses this?
Um, a neurologist
Mm,
a neurologist that specializes in movement disorders, but they have to specialize in Tourette, which is super hard to find. So when I finally got like my official diagnosis from the Mayo Clinic from a doctor who's a neurologist that specializes in Tourette, she looked at us and she was like, "Good luck finding a doctor near your area.
because 'cause
Like
you're in
good luck."
West Virginia for everyone that yeah.
Yes.
So where did you go to get diagnosed? New York or
The Mayo Clinic in Minnesota.
in Minnesota?
I That's where I got my official diagnosis.
Mhm. So then she's saying what? Like, you couldn't find anyone to treat you properly in your area?
Yeah, so the neurologist I went to go see basically was like, I can't diagnose you with anything. I have no idea what this is. I never want to see you again as a patient unless you come back for migraines, because I went there for migraines as well. Because he was a specialist in epilepsy, but he didn't want to tell us that until afterwards, until it got too complex for him to be like, I don't want my name attached to this.
Yeah.
Like, this is too complex of a case for me to take on. And so he basically looked at me and he was like, "You can't work. You can't go to school. You don't fit in. Don't drive. Definitely don't drive." Which I don't still,
You
but
don't drive?
mm-mm.
Do you have your license?
No.
Is it allowed? Like, is there a guidance? Like,
I
what
mean, at first it wasn't allowed through my doctor because at the time I had a tick where I was hitting my foot off my head. That's how, like,
hitting your foot off your head?
yeah, I'm very flexible.
I was trying to picture that. I was like, "Wait, wait, wait. That gets to your
Yes, and
forehead?"
it would be in, like, my mom would be like, "What is going on right now?" I'd be like, "Mom, just cover me. Just cover me." And we'd be in, like, Marshalls, and I didn't want anyone to see, and I'd be like, "Mom, I have to hit my foot off my head." She's like, Okay." And that's
But
what
you could do it standing up?
yes, and
That's
that's why
wild.
my doctor was like, "This is too much of a case, like,
Mm,
these aren't ticks." And it's like, coming from doctors who don't know about Tourette, like, anything can be a tick.
yeah.
And, like, I know going and meeting people at the TAA, like, they all have the same story.
What is a TAA?
The TAA is the Tourette Association of America, and there's basically a community of people that all have Tourette or tic disorders, and, I've met so many amazing people through there and friends and
How do
just
you meet? Is there like a
there's,
gathering?
like there's, like, 3 gatherings a year, so there's, like, Advocacy Day, TicCon, and then there's, like, the gala that they
TickCon.
yes, it's like a Tic conference. So it's,
Wow.
like, the only conference that they have for, like, the Tourette community where, like so for Advocacy Day, like, we were going to the Capitol and we're going and asking Congress for, like, more money that for, like, the CDC, for, like, healthcare, for help. And, like, TicCon is, like, just dedicated to people that have Tourette where they're able to get together, have fun, be educated, take some courses together, like, things like that, and just
So
be surrounded with each other.
are they super proud of you? Are they happy that you're doing what you're doing on TikTok, that you're educating so many people?
Yes, I at least I think so, but I just know that a lot of everyone's stories are the same, like, where they all stem from, like, doctors that don't know. And, like, you would think that, like, they should know, like, but at the same time, it's like,
So they were told other things when they were younger or
"Oh,
told
yeah,
that they can't figure it out.
there's people that I've met that have been sent to, mental facilities." This was, like, 3 years ago, they were sent to them.
Wow.
Like, people have been just re-diagnosed like later than 18, like they got diagnosed at 25 because they've went their whole life and like doctors just didn't know.
Wow.
Or like people have been re-diagnosed with, instead of Tourette, but tic disorder, because
And that's two different things.
yes,
Okay.
Tourette and tic disorders are completely different. Which they, like with Tourette, you have to have both vocal and motor tics.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know a lot about the tic disorder definition, but I'm pretty sure you can have either one or the other.
I see. I see.
Bitch hoes.
I turned so many people onto shopping with Rakuten that were like, wait, remember that ad you did? Like, I'm so glad I actually listened and downloaded or started using Rakuten, because how silly is it to not save when you shop, when it's free to save when you shop and you don't have to like be a member, pay any fees. It's just like, no, literally use this, use Rakuten, and you're going to save money when you shop. You can earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. We're talking all your favorite stores: fashion, beauty, electronics. You know, you have Ulta, you have Fenty, you have Adidas, like all the stuff you want in there. And so this is how it works, okay? Your favorite store, let's say like Adidas, right? They pay Rakuten to send them shoppers. And then Rakuten passes on part of that payment to you as cash back. So use it. Then the cash back is deposited directly into your PayPal account. Or if you want to be dramatic, Rakuten can send you a check. You can literally maximize savings and you can stack cash back on top of other deals. So what are you doing? You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free. It's so easy to sign up. You're going to regret not doing this sooner, I swear. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily, so you can see Rakuten.com for details. Rakuten is spelled Rakuten. Your cashback really does add up. I am obsessed with snacks. I just need to have like a bar in my bag all the time. Like my blood sugar goes low. I'm a different person, you know? I just need a snack. I need something to hold me over, and a bar that has good stuff in it, right? Because we don't want a bar that just has like sugar and carbs and bad stuff. That like a good bar can hold me over. IQ bar is my latest to go snack because it satisfies my hunger. I have no sugar crashes, and they're super easy to put in your bag. Also, they're free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial sweeteners. They are also plant based, and they're such amazing flavors like mint chocolate chip, chocolate sea salt, banana nut, toasted coconut chip, lemon blueberry, peanut butter chip, and so much more. Their protein bars are just amazing, but they also have electrolyte mixes, mushroom coffees, and so many other categories. And right now, IQ Bar is offering my special podcast listeners 20% off all of IQ Bar products and get free shipping. So to get your 20% off, just text not skinny to 64,000. Again, text not skinny to 64,000. That's not skinny to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. Did you make friends in these from the community? Like you have friends with
Oh my
Tourette's
gosh,
and
yes.
yeah?
Beautiful friends. I have amazing friends that I know and I keep up with like on the daily.
That's amazing.
And their stories will also,
Oh, you'll have them on the show.
yes.
Amazing. Well, Baylen's here for people that haven't caught on yet. You're getting a show on TLC. I mean, by the time this comes out, it'll be out. Baylen Out Loud. It's gonna be on TLC.
Mom's out.
Did you ever think you would have a show on TV?
Honestly, no, it's definitely like it's insane to think about because it's not something that happens to a lot of people. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed to have this and have the opportunity to help other people and to just share my life. And that's something I want people to know is like this is my life with Tourette. I'm not Tourette. Like I'm not the face of Tourette. I'm not the voice of Tourette. I'm just telling my story and my journey. Like
Yeah.
Tourette, it looks completely different in me than like it would look it for in someone else. And I just want people to also know that.
Do people like, what is, like, the response that you get on TikTok? It seems there's a lot of support, right?
About the show?
About the show, about you, like, your followers, like, again, 10 million followers on TikTok. It looks like there's a lot of support. Do you get the other side of the internet too? Like, the
Definitely.
negativity and
Definitely. I get a lot of that, a lot. And sometimes it is hard to not see it and not go down rabbit holes, but I've done the best that I can. It was really hard in the beginning as things are, but it's gotten better. There's terrible things that people have said. There's police that have showed up at different places, like
why police?
because people sent me the house down the street in my neighborhood and said they're gonna come find me and kill me, and they were paid. And
What?
oh my gosh, there's just like crazy stuff that has happened. Like I had a Turkish guy hack my account and like go in and like tell me that like I needed to pay him and I needed to follow him to like get my account back. Like I've had some weird stuff happen.
Wow.
And the police officer was like, "Do you have like shades you can close?" And I'm like,
What?
"Yeah." And he's like, "I would in case you're sniped." It's like, "Why are you telling me this?"
Wait, and you live in the West Virginia in a small town?
Yeah, and we live on like 3 acres. Yeah. Uh-huh. And they sent a picture of like 3 houses down from like our house. It's like, "I know where you live."
No. What did
Yes.
you do?
Freak out. Freak out mostly. I like was
How do they know where you live though? Like on TikTok, do you show it?
Oh no.
So how did they find you?
I wish I knew. I
That's
also
really
had the other
freaky.
night a *67 number call me and asked me like, "Is this Baylen from Instagram?" And I'm like, "No." No.
So are you a little bit nervous that this new show is like even more exposure?
I'm definitely nervous, but I'm kind of feeling like every emotion. Like I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm just ready for people to understand me, and hopefully like I can go into a grocery store one day and like just not feel uncomfortable for one day in my life.
Are you getting better with that every day? Do you feel like with not feeling uncomfortable?
Definitely like yes, but I feel like everyone is like uncomfortable somewhere sometime like
Yes.
throughout the day.
Yes.
But there's a I would say yes. Yes.
Is it
and no.
like the fear of it happening somewhere? That's the fear.
Well, I've kind of accepted that like something's always gonna happen. Someone is always gonna have like some type of opinion, no matter what mine is.
Mhm.
Um, it's kind of the fear of what someone's gonna say and how I'm gonna react because I struggle a lot with um confrontation like very badly. Like I just like let everything go. I'm like, it's fine. Like they're fine. They just didn't know. They just didn't
Like
know.
if
They're just
someone's being
ignorant.
mean.
Yeah, I'm like, they just didn't know that they probably shouldn't look 9 times, 10 times. And it's like,
Mm.
how do I approach them the right way and say, like, hey, like, I have Tourette syndrome. Like, please stop staring at me.
Yeah.
But like, then there's like, they say something and it's not that simple. It doesn't end up being that simple. And then there's people that say, you don't need to explain yourself. And I'm like, yeah, I do. When I cuss out your grandma in a Marshall's line, I probably need to explain myself. Okay? Like,
Is this a true Did this happen?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, people are like, you never have to explain yourself.
Yeah.
Don't explain yourself to everyone.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, says the grandma that turned around is looking at me like, what did you just say?
Do your parents that are here and they're going to be on the show as well?
My dad's bald.
Are you? He is. So
God damn.
So when they're with you, do they ever do the explaining for you?
Oh my God, yes. It's why I love like not going alone.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna ask you.
even
yeah.
like when I have Fluffy, I have more confidence and comfort, or I'm like, I will say something if you come up and say something about my dog, and then it leads to what noise are you making? What are you doing?
Yeah.
But I mean, I've had people that have come up and pet Fluffy and like they're like 7 years old and I'll tell them to like F off. Right?
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I have Tourette. And even they'll be like, I just figured, because that's not something normal to say. So it's like if that person can understand it at such a small age.
Yeah, then an adult should have to.
Mm-hmm.
But so the bad words, that's the
Shut the fuck up, you dumb stupid fucking bitch. That's corporalia.
That's corporate. And I see, like, it really does get exacerbated when you talk about it, I feel like, from our conversation. Like, when we're talking about it specifically. Corporalia.
Corpolalia.
Okay, that's the bad words.
Yes.
And did that start right away when you?
No, it actually did not at all. Like, it started with, like, "Oh my gosh, like, you have the nice Tourette." Like, that's what I heard from people. It's like, "You don't have that disgusting language of a mouth." Like, "Oh my gosh, thank God you don't cuss because you'd be so ugly if you cussed." Like, that's the stuff that I heard, like, when I first started ticking and, like, and it got like, my ticks were very active, but none of them were cussing. None of them were, like, obscene words or, like, gestures until my brothers when I came back from college, I think around Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, their Xboxes were downstairs in the basement where I was living when I came home, and you hear a lot of things out of 4 young mouths, 3 young mouths when they're playing Xbox with random
Because
people.
you have 4 brothers and
Yes.
a sister.
Yes.
And you. You're sick. Which mom? Like, how the F did you have 6 kids? That's wild. Oh my
I'm
God.
planning for 9.
And
I'm just kidding.
we'll talk about you wanting kids at such a young age. Okay. So your brother is playing Xbox and they're saying bad words.
Oh, yes, all
Yeah.
3 of them, yes. It's, like, your mom smells like dog water, like, like, the most strangest things,
So
like
you were picking that up.
Yes.
And then you think it kind of like triggered something?
Most likely, yeah. Which is really, like when, like, I've worked with, like, techniques and things with Dana, like,
Mm-hmm.
doing, like, therapy and, like, trying to, like, rewire my brain, and it's a lot of work. Like, it's a lot and a lot of work that I've put in for 5, 6 years with working with her, that I've learned that reverting my urge to puck instead of fuck off, bitch, doesn't work. Like, does not work. There are certain things that, like, I can switch to try to rewire my brain. So one time I had a tick that was BBC, and now it's BBQ.
BBC, like the channel?
No. Big black cucumber.
Oh my God. Wait, I'm supposed to know this is a TikTok thing? Sorry, guys. I didn't know. What can I do?
BBQ. That's
Okay.
a big barbecue.
So you changed it to BBQ.
Mm-hmm.
It worked?
Yep.
Okay.
So, like, that's kind of how, like, I learned to, like, revert urges and, like, rewire my brain, but it only works with certain ticks. So, like, cussing, I've tried, like, deep breathing. I've tried, like, certain things like that, and they do work for certain situations and certain scenarios. Like, I know that me doing deep breathing can help me in the elevator instead of saying puck or fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I know that can help me, and I know when I get to my house that I can say fuck, and I can let it out. So it's just kind of like, instead of me, like, hating myself for swearing, because I really did. I really had, like, a very mental, deep, dark spot for that, which I still kind of do. It's just kind of, like, knowing, like, the environment. Like, it's like masking. Like, I'm camouflaging my tics, and I learned that through therapy and things versus instead of, like, me trying to hate myself for trying to replace a bad word versus, like, me learning, like, where I can say it and, like, where I can work on techniques to help it.
And you said it feels like an itch that you have to
Yes,
scratch.
like, it's like trying to hold in, like, a blank. Like, if I asked you to, like, hold in a blank and you could only do it for, like, a certain amount of times before your eyes water and then you blink and then you're like, "Oh, wait, my eyes are watering. I need to blink 3 more times." And it's like,
Well,
that's what
hard because you
happens.
talk about your OCD as well, right? That you have to do things in threes.
Threes. Mhm.
So it
Yes.
kind of goes together, like the OCD and the Tourette's.
Yeah, so it's the way I like to explain it is like the Tourette is something you see, it's the iceberg. And then underneath the water is what's buried underneath the iceberg, the things you can't see that are underneath the surface, which are the comorbidities like OCD, anxiety, bipolar, autism, um, depression, OCD, all of those wonderful things.
And for you, it's just the OCD. It's not all of those things.
I have OCD, I have anxiety, I have ADHD, I have bipolar, and OCD.
So what are you treating? Like, is any of that stuff are you treating with medications?
So I'm trying to treat kind of the bipolar and OCD, because once you kind of work on like your mood, like your tics are kind of impacted, if that makes any sense.
More controlled, maybe.
Yes, because when you're anxious, my tics get worse, but when I'm excited, my tics get way worse. Like, so it's just kind of like finding like a balance, and having like bipolar, like there's long stretches where I'm extremely depressed, and in those stretches, like my tics go on and off, because when I'm sad, I don't tick. Like when I'm sad and when I'm like sick, it's very like,
it's mild.
Yes.
Yeah. And also those are extremes, like you were talking about bipolar. It's like extreme. You're either this or you're that. So then the tics are extreme. And your boyfriend on the show that we see, Colin.
Fuck that bitch.
He said, because you were asked about your intimacy, he said that, sorry parents, but he said that when you're intimate, you don't.
I don't tick, no.
Right. So you can, her parents are here. I mean, listen, they're going to see the show. So there are situations. I mean, it's kind, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me how, you know, when somebody has
Penis.
a stutter.
And they sing.
And they sing. And then they don't have the stutter. Or the British. Yeah. So it reminded me.
It's kind of like also like when I work out, like I don't, well, I do tick, but it's not like as bad as not working out.
Oh, so do you work out every day? Well, we talked about your Aura Ring. So are you big into working out?
Yes. I try to stay like as active like as possible, whether that's like getting in steps or just trying to get like a mind body like type of workout in, because like when I am in the gym, it's a very safe space, but I'm trying to also like get back into like that type of thing. You know, you take breaks.
Yeah.
You like don't like it anymore, and you're like,
yeah. But you know that it's good for you.
Yes, it's something that like really helps, that I know like I'm not doing to like, oh, I hate myself, like I'm going to do it like going to burn all these calories at the
You're
gym.
doing it
like,
for your mental health.
Yeah, like I'm literally doing it to help my tics and to just make myself better. Like when I'm 50, I want to look the best that I can for my kids, like
for your kids. Wait, are you you're in college right now?
No.
So you were in college,
because
you said before. So you left college
2 years ago.
Wait, so you went to college like right after high school?
Yes.
And then left?
Yeah. I was there for a year and a semester.
So why did you leave?
I wasn't the biggest fan of the fact that I didn't have a niche. Like I didn't have like, I lived off campus. I didn't have like the dorm experience, the friend experience.
Oh, you lived at home still?
No, I lived with my ex-boyfriend at the time, my brother, and his ex-girlfriend at the time.
Oh my God.
Because I couldn't live by myself because my tics were too bad. And my doctor was like, I think you should live with people that get it, that understand, that can help you. And at the time, it was my ex-boyfriend, brother, and his ex-girlfriend.
You're very good at relationships. Like you're a boyfriend gal.
Yeah.
You guys, I knew from when I got pregnant that I don't want to deal with like the hair thinning and shedding and all the issues I had after I gave birth to Noah. So I had my Nutrafol postpartum ready to go because it is breastfeeding friendly. And I knew that I could start taking it once I give birth to sort of circumvent as much as I can this hair situation, which can be caused by hormones and like so many other things. So if you're experiencing any kind of hair thinning, shedding, Nutrafol really does have a proactive approach and targets like the root causes. And everyone that I've talked to, they're like, Nutrafol works. But just everyone that wants to have thicker, better hair, make sure they're taking care of their hair. Like you take supplements for your body and you put moisturizer on your face. It's like our hair matters. And Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand. They're trusted by over 1.5 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering my listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code NOTSKINNY10. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, that's spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code is NOTSKINNY10. That's Nutrafol.com. Promo code NOTSKINNY10. There is so much to think about when you're pregnant and when you're postpartum. So, one thing you really shouldn't have to worry about is if your nutrient support is pregnancy safe. And that's why it was such a relief when I found Ritual. I wasn't taking any sort of postpartum supplement. And then it was my Pilates instructor when I like complained about a headache or about something hurting me. She was like, "Are you making sure that you're like taking vitamins?" And I was like, "No." Oh, damn. I should make sure that I'm taking stuff. Like it would make sense. Like my body probably lost a lot of stuff. So, Ritual is really the way to go, especially because they are third party tested for heavy metals and microbes, and they share the sources and suppliers behind their key ingredients. You should be taking like a multivitamin, especially after you give birth. Don't wait as long as I did to figure out like what's safe. So I can tell you this is breastfeeding friendly, the Nutrafol postpartum support that I am taking right now. But they also have other stuff. They have fertility support. They have an essential prenatal and postnatal multis to support key nutrients that you need. They also have an essential protein daily shake specifically for pregnancy and postpartum. So this is what a mom founded pregnancy support looks like. So when it comes to pregnancy and postpartum support, you want products backed by research and transparency. Mom founded Ritual puts in the work and shows you the proof. Get 25% off your first month for a limited time at ritual.com/notskinny. That's ritual.com/notskinny for 25% off your first month. I can't believe I used to go to like TJ Maxx and buy like microfiber sheets and until I realized like, Amanda, what am I doing wrong? And then I realized like, no, it's microfiber. Like you need to have cotton. Are you insane? And like, thankfully today we've upgraded our lives and I use Bowl and Branch sheets because they have 100% organic cotton sheets and they're so luxe. So luxurious. You feel like you're at a hotel. Like I was like, why wait until I go to a hotel to be like, oh, this is so nice. The bed is so nice. Like you spend so much time in your bed. Like you need to have the best sleep possible. You need to help me help you. You help yourself, help you. You really need to get into such a breathable, buttery, soft bed. And what's so great about Boll and Branch is that they get softer with every wash. Like you don't have to worry. Change the way you relax and sleep with Boll and Branch's 30-night guarantee. You can have the coziest winter night. Like, who wants to go out? I know it's my year of yes, but who wants to go out when you can literally wrap yourself up in your bed, in your Boll and Branch bedding, and like watch Traders? What is better, you guys? Now's your chance to change the way you sleep with Boll and Branch. Get 15% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com/notskinny. That's Boll and Branch, spelled BOLL and AND branch.com/notskinny to save 15% off. Exclusions apply. See site for details. So tell me about dating with Tourette's.
It's difficult, especially like going through the dating process. It's the whole, oh, I've never dated someone with Tourette. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, you're like, I didn't expect you
Or
to.
like, I remember like I talked to like some guy that was like, FaceTime me, I have the best tick that you can have. And I'm like, okay, people are weird. People are weird.
What did that mean? What did he mean?
I didn't FaceTime on my blog.
Oh, you blocked him in that moment?
Yeah, I was like, I screenshotted what he said. I was like, this is not real. And then I blocked him.
And how was Colin different? How did you meet him?
He didn't know who I was. That's exactly what made it different. He wasn't like, oh, when people start following me off your Instagram, I'm gonna get like hundreds of thousands of followers.
Oh, there were people that wanted to use you for like fame.
Oh yeah.
Really?
And it's like weird fame. Like not like, oh, I'm gonna become like just people are just weird.
Did you know how did you know? Because it sounds like you knew when they were being fake.
I mean, I went on dates with people that would be like, yeah, so I'm studying to be in neuroscience so I can help people like you. And I'm like, you ruined it. You ruined it. You ruined it. You ruined it. So like I knew instantly because he had no idea who I was. And the first conversation.
So how did you meet?
Through a dating app.
Oh.
And like I put on there that like I had Tourette, but I didn't put like my job, like I didn't put what I do, like, and he kind of like He never met anyone with Tourette before me.
You put that on your profile, though.
That I had Tourette syndrome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. How did you decide to do that?
It was like something you may not know about me. And it's like I have Tourette syndrome.
Like you just wanted to put out there from the get.
Yeah, like
then
I
you
don't
wanna-
want to have like on our first date a conversation. You say the one wrong thing that I take rudely or weird. I won't say anything about it. I'll keep going about it, but I will block you as soon as I walk in the door.
Oh my God.
Like I just can't do like you can pour the water. I got it. I'm going to coach you through it. I didn't ask for a life coach.
Oh my
Like-
God. I feel like you
There's
could have a dating, like that's so interesting how people approach dates with you.
Oh, it's great. It was so much fun at first because then
You could write a blog.
I realized like what I liked and what I didn't like in
Mm.
people and the conversations that I liked and the conversations I didn't want to have when I first met you. So like when I first met Colin and we went on our first date, like there was nothing about my social media. There was nothing about Tourette unless it's like, oh, like ask a question or like, oh, do you need me to help you here? Like,
Yeah.
what do you need help with? Like, are you okay? Like things like that. Like
He seems so kind.
he is. He's a
How long have you been dating now?
2 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he did kind of like, because I got a sneak peek at the show. By the time this airs, all of you can watch the show on TLC, but
Not skinny but not fat, bitch.
that's my name. But you there told him you want kids by 25. He kind of freaked out, right? He started sweating. Do you still stand by that? Are you?
Oh yeah.
And you're 22 now?
Mhm.
Okay. So you got 3 years.
This, we need a home.
So is he, because he started kind of like, he was like, okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
What does he think now? Is he down with having kids young?
Yeah, I feel like definitely now he is because now he's like, well, Baylen, I don't want to be 30 and have kids. And I'm like, Colin, it's fine.
Yeah.
But he's like, I just don't want to be 30. And I'm like, okay.
Like he wants to be younger.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're both on the same train.
And
so.
how do your parents feel about it?
My dad wants grandbabies like right now.
Really? But you have, what, your sister's older, no, younger than you.
Yes.
Are you, so
I'm
what's
the second oldest.
the second oldest? Okay. And does your older brother have a girlfriend?
No.
Okay, so you are the leading.
Not yet. Burke doesn't have a girlfriend.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, your
We're
brother.
trying to get him one.
Well, maybe after the show, some girls would be sliding in those DMs
He doesn't
too.
have an Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, even better, guys. Even better.
That-
He doesn't have social media.
I mean, that does make him cooler, no?
Yeah.
Does Colin have social media?
Yeah.
What makes you sad?
Yeah.
Oh, you wish he didn't?
I'm like, Colin, just delete everything. You're fine. Like, we don't, because there was a time.
You're like, I'm enough for both of us.
No, there was a time where I got so pissed. I'm like, Colin, everyone that's following you is just women. But they don't follow
Ah.
me. They come from my page, but they only
Ooh.
follow him.
She does the due diligence. She checks you guys.
Yeah, I do why are you following my man? But like, do you think you're gonna, and then he'll get the couple like
DMs?
DMs,
Like?
of like, hey, I know you're with Baylen, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're
Wait.
really doing this, girls?
Stop.
Yeah, there's been times where he's gotten like pictures sent and like,
No.
oh yes, that's why I'm like, just delete it. It's fine. You don't need that shit.
You have me.
Yeah, everything you will see will be from me, in your flip phone. Just kidding. Next Christmas, babe, you're getting a flip.
Oh my God. So do you see yourself like staying with, is he the one?
I think so.
Yeah?
I love Colin. I love him.
And when you really think about this, like having babies at 23, how do you see that working with Tourette?
23.
I mean, at 20. Sorry. Oh my God.
Somewhere in between that line.
25.
We ain't starting yet.
No,
Mom.
no, we're not. How do you see that working with the Tourette and everything?
I honestly at first was back and forth with devastation. Like, do I want kids? Do I not? Like, thinking like, I don't want them to have Tourette. Like, I don't want them to go through the same struggle that I go through. But then I realized like,
Why? Is it genetic?
it can be.
It can be.
There's obviously doctors don't know, but there's the genetic hereditary factor to it.
Doctors don't know.
Yeah, they don't know, like, it can come from being genetic, because it does have a genetic component, but there's people that there's only one person in the family that has Tourette. Like, for example, my family, and that's me.
Mhm.
But there's other people that I met through the TAA where no one in their family has it but them.
Yeah.
So
So
Yeah.
you went through thinking about that, like whether you'd take the risk of passing it down to like a baby.
And like at first it was like no, but Colin was we've had a lot of conversations, and like he's so amazing with like letting me know like what better person to have a child with Tourette than someone who has Tourette, like type of thing.
Wow.
Like it just be like better for them and better for you. Like you guys both know.
Wow.
There's just so many things.
What a
that,
what a like nice thing for him to say, and it's so true. But that was probably so comforting to hear.
Yeah, it's really nice to hear and just be around him.
So you are only 22,
Mhm.
right? So you're in the world of like pop culture.
Where
You
like
love that stuff?
everyone in my generation wants to have kids when they're like 30.
Yeah.
And then there's me and I'm like, so
Yeah.
babe."
But so who do you look up to? Like who's
Adam
your
Sandler.
Really?
I love Adam Sandler.
That's
If I could come here and boho everything, I would and be like, you know what, F it. I love him. I love the way that Hollywood has not changed that man.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I
It's true.
love the fact that he does not care. Like I was told that he comes and when he's in New York, he goes and plays basketball with random kids. Like
Yeah.
he's just
I mean, you could
wholesome.
go while you're here and maybe try to check out that court. I'll tell you where it is. See if he's around.
You know the court?
I know the court.
Do you know I'm getting him a 23andMe? Just kidding. I was thinking about getting him that. I was like, I feel like it'd be a great gift. Like
To who?
Adam Sandler to find out if we're related, because I feel like I could get him premium. We could upgrade. Maybe I'm related through the
Wait,
wife.
why
I'll
do
get
you
the
think-
wife one.
Wait, do you feel connected to him that way? You're like, we must be related.
Yeah, because we both wear sweatpants. We don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that he's
Of
your
course we're
idol.
related.
Like you're literally so young. I thought you would say like Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh no, it's Adam Sandler.
It's Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Like I don't really have like a lot of idols. Like I don't idolize people, but like I love Adam Sandler. I
Wow.
love all the movies
All
that
the
he
movies.
was in. I love his comedy. Tamale! And I've gotten that from the freaking thing. Jalami! And my mom's like, where'd that come from? I'm like, Mom, it's Abby Gilmore. And I'm like, it's from Nikki at the Global Awards show.
Wait, when you said Timmy Chalamet,
Yeah,
right?
Chalamet.
Chalamet. I saw that. I saw that. He is so cool. And he did dress up for the Golden Globes.
That's
He didn't
what I
come in
saw too.
sweatpants.
That's what I saw too.
And he is.
So
I love
proud
that
of
you
him.
love him. I hope he hears this and like sends you something.
Oh, I don't even need that. I just
Doesn't even need it.
I just want Adam to know that I love him. That's all that matters. Whether
Aw.
he sees it or not, just whatever.
So, but okay.
we need to get matching sweatpants. That's we need to
That's
get
the next step. First, know she exists. Next step, matching sweatpants.
Adam, I will put on baggy shorts to match you. We will go to the red carpet together sometime.
So, any girls, any like, because I was thinking Billie Eilish.
I love Billy.
Did you watch her documentary?
I did not.
She has
unfortunately.
Tourette.
I know that. I know that.
Did she ever see your videos or?
I don't know.
I wonder. Did any celebs ever interact with your account? Comment? Reach out?
I know Neo did. And
Neo.
Chris Brown commented on it. I follow OBJ, and I talked about him the other day because I'm so shocked that he follows me.
Are you into sports?
Well, let's just say that I've started getting into it because Colin's like a huge Commanders fan. Jaden Daniels, I love you. So I would say yes, now I am, but like if you were to ask me 2 years ago, I'd be like, what's a football?
What's
So,
a football? Wait, so OBJ, what? What did he do?
He follows me
On TikTok?
on Instagram.
On Instagram?
That's different. I told my mom, I said, Mom, they're different. It's different.
You're like, it's more intimate on Instagram.
Yes,
okay? We're
like it's
basically
more
dating.
official.
So you started, did you follow back? Were you following already?
No.
Oh my God, he's only following you? You didn't even give him a follow back?
Oh my God, of course I followed him.
Okay.
Oh, could you imagine?
Okay.
That would be so rude of me.
Is Colin jealous? Does he get
Yes,
jealous?
he is jealous. Yes, he's jealous. He's like, why don't you just DM him and say, tell him we love the Miami Dolphins? And I'm
Well,
like,
DM him.
I'm scared to. I'm like, I don't know. I'm standoffish. Like, I just don't know.
You're acting cool. You're
No,
playing
I'm
hard to get.
acting like I don't want to come off as a crazy fangirl. Sorry about that if I did.
You should.
Should come off as a,
Yeah, and DM Adam Sandler too.
hey, Adam.
Yeah.
If you just send me your address real quick, I got something to send
It's
ya.
23andMe. Your siblings were talking about on the show, a lot of siblings, like how they deal with being your brother or your sister. That they had to sometimes take the back seat and feel like your parents had to be with you or not stay with you. Did that affect like your relationship with them? Do they sometimes get like frustrated?
I would definitely say like it hasn't impacted at least our relationships negatively. Like I feel like it's definitely brought me closer to each of them. Like they each individually know how to help and how to stick up for me, and I don't know, but I definitely know that there was a lot that had to happen for me to get the help that I needed, and that did require them to be in like the back seat. But I just want them to know that like my parents still love all of us individually and the same. Like,
But are you the favorite?
no,
No?
Fluff is right, Fluff.
Fluff. He is so fucking
Fluff.
cute. Wait, is it she?
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
she.
a limp penis when she sleeps.
No,
So sorry about
literally.
that.
She literally just is like
She blends right
chilling.
in.
So who are you closest with? Is it your sister?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's my sister. Yes. It used to be Sven when I was a little bit younger, but me and Sammy are like this. We did not used to be.
Really?
No.
Do you want to drink some water?
Yeah. We would fight a lot and we would share a room together. So,
And not anymore. Did you move out yet?
well, I'm talking like growing up.
Oh, okay.
Like growing up, we only shared a room.
Uh-huh.
When she moved out, yeah, I
Yeah.
had my own room.
Yeah.
When she moved out at 18 and when I was 21 and wait a minute.
But you talk in the show about wanting to get your own place.
Yes.
Is that in the near future?
You'll have to watch and find out.
Okay. She's becoming a reality TV. She knows how to save the tea for TV, huh?
It is the tea.
It is the tea.
Hello. Hello.
What are you most
Hello.
excited for people to see on the show? Baylen out loud.
I'm honestly most excited to watch TikCon myself. Like I'm excited for people to see my friends and see this community and just get to know them and their stories, and you can tell like being there like the difference between each person's condition and how it is different in everyone, and I just think that it's shown very beautifully.
And you're hoping
Bitch.
and you are hoping that more people will know about Tourette syndrome. People will educate themselves more. Maybe there'll be more because you're saying like some doctors don't even know how to diagnose it, treat it.
I hope and wish that throughout the show, like everyone learns something, but through this journey, like education and just knowing that again, I'm not Tourette.
Right.
Like
You-
Tourette is shown very differently, but education and just getting to know like me and my family, the dogs are in it. They do interviews, fun fact. So I just want everyone to know the family, and hopefully like for the near future for kids and for people who are the older generation just to like have a little bit more insight in something that I struggle with every single day that isn't necessarily something I can show in a 30-second video. Like I prefer to show you the positive, happy moments of my life versus like the devastating like things that can really tear me apart, and it's really wholesome to watch and see like in the show there's something that I'm conquering in a milestone or some type of adventure that we're going on through each episode
Yeah.
of like trying to get better and trying to learn different like things that help and just getting to know me along with Tourette.
What do you say to people that that have said that it's an act and it's not real? Which I saw that Chris Cuomo interview and I kind of annoyed me, to be honest. Were you annoyed at him?
I prefer not to say.
Because he said something along the lines of, what would you say to like dopes like me who don't believe you? Something like that. So he was
I
kind of,
don't care.
you
Like
don't care.
you telling me that you think I'm faking it, like it's terrible. Like that's terrible to hear that you think that I have that much free time and that I would bring my family along and my friend. Like that's the thing that where I'm like, that's what you like. It just makes me think like that's what you would do. Like you like you think I would bring my whole family, fake an entire illness for fun that no one wants. Like I don't want it. Like I'm extremely annoyed and hurt and in pain and confused like and uncomfortable every day.
Yeah.
Like I just I don't like the name Mike. Tippy tippy top the wiener tap the rotisserie chicken. I just that's something you have to deal with God.
Yeah.
That's a you and God problem. Like me, God, my family, we're grounded. We know the truth.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
That's
like
true. You
I
have to quiet
can't
down that.
like we have to stay faithful at least through all of this because there's going to be things that people throw around and that are said and that are in
Right.
the air and that's drama and that oh my god this happened and she said this. No, I didn't. Like there's only a few people that know the truth. And I really don't care if you still think I'm faking it because I'm not. Like, and I have nothing to prove to anyone
Yeah.
at this point. Like,
Well, it looks like you have pretty thick skin. So good for you.
Kinda. My adipose tissue's pretty thick.
But like you said something about like picking things up, and I was wondering like rotisserie chicken. You said
Top the wiener, tap the rotisserie chicken.
rotisserie chicken. You
Top the wiener, tap the rotisserie chicken. Tippy tippy top the wiener, tap the rotisserie chicken.
So the rotisserie chicken one, how did that happen? Like you pick up certain words sometimes.
Yes. So it started from tippy tippy tap that wiener. That's what it was at first.
Oh, that was one of the. You changed it to rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, and then it changed to tippy tippy top the wiener, tap the rotisserie chicken.
Oh, you
because it's like it just got added on with like I wish I knew. I was in Costco and
you saw rotisserie chicken.
pretty much.
Really?
Pretty much. Like there's some of them where I'm like, oh, I know, and then other ones where I'm like,
you don't know.
Like, yeah, there was a chicken.
Do you have? And then it got stuck.
Yeah. Do
you have hope that you will outgrow it? That the people will find a cure? Like,
I'm not really focused much on like curing me. Like I don't really think that there's a problem or an issue that needs to be like solved with like something experimental. I think that there's coping mechanisms and things and ways to help. But I would like my tics to get better as like I get older and I progress, but Tourette is waxing waning forever. Like it will always be that way regardless of if it gets better. Like it's a lifelong condition.
Right.
So like there'll be times where people will be like, "Oh, like my husband doesn't like have Tourette that bad anymore. Like only I notice." And it's like, "Well, of course you only notice because you know what Tourette is."
Yeah.
Like to other people, like you might be crazy to them. And like that's where the issue lies, where it's like I'm not on crack cocaine. Like I'm not snorting meth. Can you snort meth? I don't know, but
I think you smoke it.
Smoke it?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So
yeah, you have coping mechanisms to when you have to deal with going out in the world, doing something by yourself and stuff like that. I am so excited for the show to come out and for people to watch it. Baylen Out Loud.
I'll fight your mom. You're like, will you?
Don't.
You want to come to Thanksgiving
Don't.
this
You
year?
wouldn't. You wouldn't. Baylen, you're lovely.
Thank
and
you.
I can't wait for everybody to see the show. And I wish you so much luck in your future with everything you decide to do. And it was so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. Are you kidding? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're awesome.